ever wondered about the role that finance plays in our planet's state? In this 21st century world, our planet's state is becoming more questionable and increasingly hard to ignore, which is facing a slew of environmental challenges, from climate change, deforestation, and pollution to biodiversity loss. And these aren't just isolated issues, they're interconnected, which is why sustainable finance is a significant investment criterion nowadays. But is it just the global epidemic of our dying planet causing such a riot in the industry? Invoking the trend of sustainable financial behavior, should advances in financial technology be called a method of achieving the ultimate goals of sustainable development? Or are there hindrances in the system? Certain sustainable investments are viewed as such only because most countries have stated so. With multiple wars, pandemics, and global issues occupying our planet, deciding which investment would benefit individuals and society can be challenging. Additionally, with so many contradicting opinions and priorities, the problem is even more challenging. Today, we dissect the problem and give insight into major critical points that may be underrepresented. So, what is sustainable finance? The idea comes from having two approaches to solving society's main issues. One would be to induce a transformation of the current economy into a low-carbon, climate-resilient system. The second would be to source and appropriately allocate capital towards more sustainable efforts and development. So, where does fintech come in? Sustainable fintech companies are usually called green fintech companies. They aim to support specific sustainable development goals with technology-enabled radical innovation. Some of these sustainable development goals include the Sustainable Development Goals for energy, oceans, land, and climate on one hand, while on the other hand, other goals include sustainable cities, sustainable consumption and production, and global partnerships. However, financial value mostly precedes social and environmental values, which brings us to the current problems of sustainable or green fintech. First case we bring into light is the idea of opportunistic behavior, where some research shows that financial industry professionals during the war in Ukraine created a trending narrative, whereby they reframed weapons as sustainable investments, which shows how much sustainable finance as a concept is being misinterpreted and mistakenly conceptualized. The previous scenario led to exploitation of the approach to further financial gains, instead of fueling innovation and impact. So not only were there hindrances in the process of development due to those actions, but also due to the redirection of funds from areas such as research to what is called sustainable investments. Second case would be imbalances in the global financial system. Because on a technical level, no single country can achieve sustainable development goal alignment if the risk of negative spillovers exists in other countries. Although it is not a strange achievement that developed countries have a much higher SDG achievement rate than developing, it is considered counterproductive, since according to reports developing countries have lost 20 to 25% of cumulative GDP per capita since the turn of the 21st century due to temperature increase, with low-income countries suffering the greatest losses, which could indicate that a great divergence in the poorest countries is bound with future crises on the outlook. This is risky to both developed and developing countries, as developing financial technology innovations and achieving sustainable development is a unified approach. Third and final case made is towards organizational corruption. Organizations aren't as green as you'd think they are, and that is a major global issue of greenwashing. It is when organizations pretend to be invested in the good of the world contrarily to their profit-centric, opportunistic, real objectives. Not only are some organizations claiming to be adopting and innovating financial technologies for the sake of the world, but they are also reaping benefit for saying that. This entire process of greenwashing is a major issue and coincides with the deflecting of responsibilities among market players. All these situations hindered the process of development, but on a wider scope allowed for an eye-opening perspective on the matter. Sustainability is not just in the hands of the fintech industry. It is simply in the hands of those who can manage their funds in a mature, humane manner. To ensure the smoothness of these processes of fund management and development, it is essential to follow up with clearer intention towards prioritizing real action over greenwashing and avoid the idea of the blame game. It is crucial to clearly define what is sustainable finance and its limitations to avoid opportunistic behavior. Finally, unifying plans among countries to achieve innovation in financial technology to develop a more sustainable world. Because it is well known consumers of the financial services industry can make changes, looking for a silver bullet will not lead to maintainable solutions, especially in sustainability, where there is no single leap solution, and it is better to take small steps towards sustainable development, especially through financial technology. Hope you enjoyed the video. Find further information in the description below.